Welcome, gearheads, to your favorite motoring show.
Welcome, recorded on 6 October 2022. EV investment and Ford. Honda's just not sure. Corolla Circuit. They're calling it. Wind power delivery by no other than, yeah, you guessed it, GV60 face unlock.
Play on Batangas. Drive on Lugnutz.
Right on over here. Facebook.com/Lugnutz podcast, where you're going to find all of our polished content popping up there. Also, popping up on Facebook.com/PJANDWH. You can go over to PJANDWH.com, where you will find links to all of our glorious content. A lot like the glory of this first story.
I don't know about glory, but the dealer association's not too thrilled with Ford. So they do have some nice vehicles. They're going all electric.
Okay.
Nothing but electric sales at some point.
I really think that's going to backfire on a lot of these guys, man.
Well, you could probably tell from the way it starts. So Ford's requirement is up to a $1.2 million investment to upgrade for dealers and training of electric vehicle sales. $1.2 million.
I mean, who was it? Was it
a couple
Buick,
100,000.
Cadillac?
It was a couple 100,000.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
couple
like
100,000.
700,000, I think.
And they were like, no.
Ford has other
Millions.
for those dealers who don't have 1.2 million lying around to just give them. We'd like money, and we'd like to fix our share price. So if you just give us the money,
Come on,
that'll fix everything.
What you got in your pocket? You got 1.2 million in
So
your
the
pockets?
dealer shakedown starts here, but there are other options.
That sounds like a fucking Ramones song, the dealer shakedown.
Yeah. To be soon, but there are other options. $500,000, and they invest that much, and their electric vehicle sales are capped to 25 a year.
I mean, it's a lot more obtainable than dropping like 1.2 million
a year. 25 sounds like a goal that someone would give someone in a
month. Yeah.
A month period. 2 week if they
Pre-pandemic,
didn't
yes, I would say that. But it all depends on your market. Now, if you're like in East,
they're going to sell nothing but electric vehicles. I'm sorry, we can only sell 2 a month.
And if you can't afford
Because
that
I
upgrade,
wanted one, so I bought one. And
so you're expected to sustain your business at 25 cars a month. You are basically a used car dealer.
Yeah.
And you just happen to have 25 Fords roll in every once in a while.
Hey, but there's a lot of duty in this next story, too. Good enough for me. Lots of duty in this story. Super Duty 2023. 52,518 orders in 5 days. A Ford spokesman said orders are the fastest ever for the Super Duty.
It's a super request for the Super Duty.
Well, this one's very popular amongst contractors. The base price of $43,900 goes past, starts at $43,900, then goes past $100,000. About 90,000.
Well, that's the thing. The Fords, the Dodges, the Chevys, those like construction level trucks, they really go for a lot, but it's because they're going to last for a while.
If you're going to
Chevy,
pop
Dodge, even Ford, any of their trucks, you're going to get a lot of miles.
You're going to pop 6 figures on a truck, you're going to want options. And there are engine options, tire options, cloth, leather interior options, display screen options, massage seats, 2K electric power, so you can operate your drills and charge your batteries, I guess, with the
That's
thing.
great because a lot of people don't offer that.
There's more. Pro Trailer Hitch Assist System and a all-new Trailer Navigate system, which, based on load size and weight, it avoids bridges you're not supposed to go on and stuff you can't go under, like low bridges.
Oh, that's
They're
awesome.
lower than your
That's cool.
dump truck or whatever you're hauling.
I mean, I would imagine a dump truck. You're not hauling a dump truck with this, but God bless you if you're trying.
Well, with one of them, you probably could haul the right dump truck just for you. With a 6.8-liter V8 developing 405 horsepower, 445 torques screwed in there. Or you could have a 7.3-liter V8, which produces 430 horsepower, 458 torque. Or you could get a diesel, a 7.6-liter Power Stroke V8 with, 475 horsepower and 1,050 torque.
Yeah, that's the benefit of a diesel engine. You get a lot of torque out of that bitch.
You could torque the shit out of this place.
Yeah.
Or a new hybrid variant with 500 horsepower and 1,200 foot-pounds of torque. Or no, that's all the.
I was about to say they're
engine
not
options
doing
that are
electric.
listed.
We would have had another story. But I do like how there are a lot of different options because some people aren't comfortable with electric. They're going to go hybrid. And if you're a truck guy, you're more likely to go with a hybrid option of this that's going to give you more horsepower and more torque out of your car than the other options. So they're putting their best foot forward. And I think that's a good move.
It'll be built in Kentucky, Louisville. The Super Duty chassis and cabs will be built in Ohio, Sheffield Assembly Plant.
There we go.
This we're sure of, but Honda, not so sure. Honda, until now, has been a steadfast supporter of the manual transmission.
They have.
But the start of electric and all-electric Honda could mean the end of the manual. I know the CEO says they could give you an artificial transmission, but not a mechanical one.
I don't like that. That sounds dirty. Artificial transmission? What is that? The Borg? I got a Borg transmission?
Yeah, if you wait for Mr. Jump the Gun, he personally doesn't like the idea of an artificial solution. But he said Honda would pursue making electric vehicles fun in other ways. So he doesn't like it. Like, if you want something to just move, I'm a fast driver. Look.
So he's going to make it like an arcade machine, like one of those arcades to where even you remember the really good ones that had the clutch and they had the clutch and the 6-speed transmission. He's making it fun, right? So
Probably not. That's not what he meant.
okay. I imagine
think you're
game
wrong.
arcade fun.
No, like, no, that's
No?
not what he meant.
No.
Driving fun.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like,
Some more flat.
I'm not talking about a TV screen here. I'm not sure if we can replace the manual transmission, he added. On the other hand, we do know Toyota has a patent pending, but that patent could be crap.
A lot of people have tried to replace the manual transmission, though.
For an electric. Yeah, it's.
Honda.
I'm
had
sorry,
that
you have
manual.
all the power available right now.
The best thing that Top Gear America did is they actually reviewed that Honda manual electric hybrid, and he said it was the worst of both worlds. It was the worst manual and it was the worst hybrid because it didn't even do very good gas efficiency for being a hybrid. To where at the time when you were looking at Toyota, they were stomping all around you in efficiency.
Yeah.
It's just the manual. If you're looking at efficiency, I hate to be that guy, but making it fun is the only way you're going to actually keep that alive.
Well, not with electric.
No, not electric. But, hybrid or hydrogen options, I'm still pretty hopeful.
Soapboxes aside, we can climb on this next soapbox for this next car. Here it is, the all-new color. They're adding a zircon sand shade in the color palette.
I really wish I knew what that was. It sounds
It's a
awesome.
zircon. That's this. Zircon sand shade.
Does it prevent, Superman?
And they have a new naming scheme for all their different trim lines.
Oh, thank God.
I know.
I really wished nobody would ever do that ever.
Well, they have 10 different variants with 3 different trims, 2 engines, and 2 different body styles. And not to forget, soft top or hard top, drop top.
I have the same problem on Taco Night. Soft top, hard top.
Right. So the new entry level is called the Entry Level Prime line. You get a 1.5 liter, 130 horsepower engine, 16-inch rims, black cloth, with silver stitching, air conditioning, 6 speakers, kinematic posture control.
You had to highlight air conditioning in there.
Yeah, because that's one of the features.
That's one of the features. They'd be like, hey,
But-
you got AC? Hey.
And you probably get a radio. I didn't list it.
It's a 1.3 liter. Like, you go, we can support AC too. Like, oh, thank God. All right, I may buy you. Like, that is an important thing with it. You're looking at a 1.3 liter engine. Like, we'll keep you cool, kind of.
Or you could go for the exclusive line. Exclusive lineup. 2-liter engine producing 181 horsepower with a limited slip differential, a front strut brace, Blistine dampeners, 17-inch rim, stainless steel scuff plates featuring the M5 logo, red-painted Brembo's calipers, manual. That's listed for some reason. I don't know. Napa leather upholstery as an option. Prices range between about $29K and about $40K.
Imagine the Napa upholstery is probably pushing you closer to the $40K on that one.
Yeah. They had many, many more words in that upholstery. I just cut out the Napa.
Yeah, no, just cut that out.
It's good. It's leather.
Granger.
Totally
Built
worth it.
strong. But yeah, no, man, I like that. I mean, it's a nice looking, any of those nice looking nose cars, man. They're fun if you build them right. They hug the road. They give you that
Nose
satisfaction. It's mainly nose. I mean, look, you're sitting here. I mean, you got a lot of front end there. It's not like a Z4, but those small compact cars.
British convertible. It's the Japanese version of a small British convertible. Historically, that's what they were doing. We want we like those British convertibles, but we want them to, I don't know, stay together. No offense.
A little bit.
I knew a guy who had an MG convertible. He said whenever he saw one, he bought one because you never know when you can get the parts. Unlike this next story. Here we go. Peugeot Citroën CATL battery swapping. The Chinese CATL has signed up with Dufeng Peugeot Citroën Automobile for a joint venture.
Okay.
Ooh, that was a mouthful.
Dongfeng.
Dongfeng Fung.
Dongfeng
Fu-
Peugeot.
No. I'm going to get the name right. Dongfeng Fung Ang ES600. Ooh.
Wow.
Is a sedan equipped for battery swapping. Range of 410 kilometers.
That almost sounds like a Wu-Tang song, like Dongfeng Fu-Kang. Wu-Tang, motherfucker!
It's basically a Peugeot 408.
What isn't a Peugeot 408?
It's the future. The future is a Peugeot 408, but it will look different in many different ways. You'll love it. I'm sorry, that's the future we have now.
If you don't love the Peugeot 408, just wait. You'll find a body style that'll love you.
Battery swap takes 3 minutes.
That's not bad.
Bada bing, bada boom, you're in, you're out. You know, as long as they got,
Batteries?
that aren't going to die on you before you come back again or to their next
I
station.
mean, to a traditional battery, right?
As long as the batteries I would get from them, I assume Europe,
Yeah, but-
obviously.
With a traditional battery, right? You're looking at 3-4 years for a flooded battery. The glass mat batteries, they will just like, nope, I'm not going to work. Like at the drop of the hat, whenever. I'm wondering what kind of weird battery quirk these are going to develop, because like 3-minute battery change, that's okay. But like,
just-
what are the batteries made of?
The Volkswagen, I don't, they're just batteries. You'll have to talk to Dongfang and Peugeot. And,
Dongfang. I mean, and maybe I'll
Speaking
need
of
a
the
translator.
Dongfang Fungang ES600, in the next tab, I
That was
have
good fun.
a link to it so we can look. This is the Dongfang Fungang ES600. Looks like a Peugeot 408.
Or a Corolla.
Except you'll find it in China.
So they don't have copyright infringement.
Well, you know,
Because nobody's going to fuck with China.
well, actually, I think Peugeot probably went, look, don't steal it. Just build it. It's fine. Just build it this way. It's probably the way the conversation went. Give you a great deal.
It's a cheap, shitty car. I mean, what do you want to say about it?
I'm
it
sure
looks like a Corolla.
Peugeots are wonderful. An all-new hot hatch is all here for us. It's called the Toyota Corolla Circuit GR.
Or
420.
if you would like, also a Peugeot 408.
I don't think this one's a Peugeot 408
Are you
like
sure?
the last one.
I don't think anything's unlike a
No,
Peugeot. Everything is the Peugeot 408.
This is based on the Yaris, and they just sort of upsized it.
So it's just based off a shitty idea.
It's reportedly a comfortable drive on the road with a governor of 143 miles an hour. Starts at $43,995.
So it's for your grandma. Make sure grandma doesn't go over that speed limit. Keep grandma down in the 140s, you know?
It's a really, really good car.
It's loaded
The
to the ground.
Yaris is
It's compact.
Fantastic car that everyone loves, and this one is based on that, which has a fantastic engine.
I shit on it, but I knew a lot of mechanics that told me, if you want a good car, and this is back like, Toyota gas pedal recall days. They said, look, you want a good car?
That's
you grab
nice
a
time.
manual transmission Yaris, and it will never fail you.
Well, this one is a Corolla GR, has a 1.6 liter inline 3 with a 10.5 to 1 compression ratio with a tiny turbo with 52.2 psi of boost with 2-stage air intake and exhaust, standard forged carbon fiber roof, 5 to 60 miles an hour, which I don't understand, is 6.4 seconds. But how much horsepower, you ask? 300 horsepower, 273 torques.
That's
a
like
lot.
strapping a rocket onto a Twinkie. Of course it's going to be
There's-
fast.
They put a teeny tiny little jet engine in there, and you want this car.
You
It
want me to buy this car?
sounds
Tell me the
fantastic.
crash safety ratings. That will get me to buy
it's
this
Toyota.
little
They're
Fiat.
always fantastic. The GR would run quicker than the manual hot hatch of the leader, the Volkswagen Golf R, with its 4.7 sprint time. This can beat it.
I mean, it looks
Apparently.
it's a nice looking back end. Don't get me wrong. I got
It's-
nothing against it, but I just think any of those small cars.
Look at let's flip.
you're
you
compromising.
Click right here, and click the pictures. There's other photos. We're just looking. We're here for the gallery. It's not that bad looking. It's a nice looking car. And the drivers can select from 3 torque settings, 70, 50, or 40% available for the rear axle. Starts at 22.6, 40 That's a fantastic price for a 300 horsepower monster. That thing looks fantastic.
Well, we're getting into that kind of market where
Plastic
that's what
side.
you're trying to get for people to buy. You want the person to have that LED screen, to have that horsepower, to have that torque that they want. And even in a city climate, you want that person who wants that to be able to park his car in a small climate or a small parking environment.
Toyota is
and
known
that's what they're
for
thinking about.
making fantastic cars.
It's not bad. I mean, it almost looks like I forget the name of it.
You know,
it looks like a Mazda.
It's a great looking car. It's
That's
fantastic.
probably why you like it.
Designed.
It looks like the
great.
Mazda CX.
I like the back end. I like the inside.
I forget what it is. I think it's like a CX model, but yeah, no, it looks like a Mazda. It looks fine, but
Maybe I'll look at Toyota for my next lease.
you never know.
Or maybe we'll get a sponsor. What are the French doing?
Boats apparently.
Sailboats, actually. The French are going back to wind power. Quite literally by powering right here with this.
So
the wind power to transport their cars. They can carry 300 to 400 vehicles. It's expected 2024 with
So
a 50-meter tall sail.
So they were very big fans of Black Flag.
Okay. Well, they're going to transport it a more economically and
I do appreciate France for this because
eco-healthy way.
a big part of like, oh my God, like that whole eco thing was, oh, it's cars, you're dirty cars. No, it was how you were transporting those cars. It was the transportation. So if you actually correct that transportation with something like this, which is a lot more eco-friendly, you still get your car, you still get your parts from across seas. And
being this comes from the French, I'm really not surprised at all. This sounds like a French idea. I mean, I don't mean to paint it like that, but it looks like a French design. And if you think of French cars, like that weird little cardboard thing we had, only they would think of these things.
But you also look at like the public transportation, how they're switching that over to hydrogen. There's a lot of different
someone's got to get the economy going.
The French are doing, which is a good step forward, but it's also nobody else is doing it. And France is just like, fuck it, I will do it.
They're definitely going to do something. This is the Genesis GV60. Do you know the machine?
Bert Kreischer? Not personally.
Yeah, no. But the machine had a phone with facial recognition software, and he gained a bit of weight or lost weight. I can't remember which one. Probably gained weight.
Mm-hmm.
And his phone didn't recognize him. That could happen with this car. The GV60 will have facial recognition technology.
I'm sorry, fat ass. I don't recognize you.
Yeah. Well, you should recognize the machine.
Get to the gym, motherfucker.
Because this machine will recognize you. It's for unlocking the doors and extending the handle.
Well, that would go the other way.
There's they got that shaved handle thing here.
That would go the other way too. Because if you're really fat and then you lose a bunch of weight, then it would be like, I'm sorry.
It's like
Dave.
if Sober October, he went on one of his
and then
tours.
It wouldn't.
And he was exercising the whole time. He got back. He wouldn't be able to get in his car.
I couldn't get in my car.
I don't know. I lost that much weight.
I lost so much weight I couldn't get in my. And then it would be a bit, and it'd be in the next special.
Yeah, it'd be one of those Polytunes.
Oh yeah. It'd be great though. It'd be very funny.
There's lots of stuff inside, like a fingerprint scanner, the crystal sphere. If you go below, that flips and rotates. That.
We talked about that.
Yeah,
before. Yeah.
We did because it's bizarre.
I'm still imagining
the first time you're gonna, because you like coffee.
Anything you drink is just gonna be poured like.
No. It's just gonna. Here's how it's gonna start. Here's how it's gonna start. Because you go to Wawa, you get your coffee, you put your sugar in there, and you put your cream in there, and then you drop just a teeny tiny bit of it right here,
Oh,
here, yeah, here.
I
Look,
can
and
get it
then you're like, hey, look at this, beep, and it doesn't go. That's how I see that. I think I said this.
It gets stuck like that.
If we
that.
paused it, but it's not.
Yeah, but it's a bland back end. If I had to say, it's a very bland back end. But I mean,
seen
overall, it's kind of a mild car, which is right along the lines of them. It has get a
nicer
real gear
things.
shifter, bro. I'm sorry, I'm not sold right there. You're not.
It's neat.
I wasn't sold with Dodge's little. Hey, we gotta do it. We got a little tuner knob. No, people are gonna look for that tuner knob. Be like, turn on the radio. Whoa, whoa. People are dumb, and I think there's way too many things with these little. Oh, we're gonna make this innovative. There's too many little innovations that are just gonna cause too many problems. Just keep it simple.
Well, with the app that will allow you to allow a friend to drive. With an app, you can tell the car that whoever's going to drive it with the app, and it'll let your friend drive. Genesis has highway driving assist, lane centering, blind spot monitoring, blind spot cameras, system for parking because it's required by law.
Okay.
$63.85 is a starting price. 314 horsepower, 314 horsepower, or 429. Or there's a boost button that will take it to 483. If
A lot of horsepower for a bland ass car.
you get the right trim level. Let's go down and look at the boost button. All-wheel drive has a range of 284 miles, 800-volt architecture system. That's cool.
Look.
It should be red.
I will admit when I'm wrong. That is a pretty cool fucking boost button, especially the location and where they have it. Like, that's a cool. You got a
It's where
green
it belongs.
boost button.
It has an 800-volt architecture system, 250 kilowatt public fast charge capability from 80 to 10% in 18 minutes.
Nothing will make you feel like Vin Diesel more than pushing that boost button. I'm just putting that out there.
And one of those fake shifters, it doesn't do anything. You just don't know how to
no.
do it. You just shift and move your leg up and down because you think it's cool.
That's almost, look, it's a 2-for product because you could have it for movie prop purposes where you make fun of Fast and the Furious, and you can also give it to your toddler when you're driving in the car so they can pretend they're shifting. See? It's a multi-purpose product. Unlike that boost button, but that stupid back end actually does look pretty useful because it looks like there's a lot of cargo space behind there to where it's very versatile. You never know when you're going to need a lot of cargo space like that. It's not bad. And apparently removable
Bunch
speakers.
of weird buttons and weird removable options that you'd expect in a luxury car like Genesis. But we would expect, go over to the Facebook site where you found us or on Spotify's.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Because it doesn't matter if you drive a Tesla or a Chevy. Nothing rolls without Lugnutz. We'll see you next week, gang. Drive on.
Alfa Romeo Gallardo Silvio is getting some cool new headlights for 2024.
That man barked, man.
Mercedes-Benz is getting an electric camper van with a bed and kitchen unit. It looks pretty cool.
All right, that's cool.
Lexus is becoming the official vehicle of Georgia Tech athletes. I haven't reported on Lexus in a while, so we got that one. And I put this one here because of the name. The MG Cyberster is delayed. It's an electric roadster. Come out in April. Thank you for joining us.
Until next week, drive on.
Drive on Lugnutz.
Saw old Louis Hamilton doing donuts on the Las Vegas circuit.
It's nice.
And I'm excited. That's next year, right?
Yeah, I think so.
They're adding Las Vegas, and then we talked about Audi joining. Right? Audi? Yeah. Excited for Drive to Survive. I mean, we're coming into that end of the year culmination, so it doesn't matter how many races life made you miss. You got time.
Mm-hmm.
You got time. But exciting news all around. Just as exciting as you hitting that subscribe button right there, right above my head. That's going to be every single Purge Hangers and Wall Hangers video for you. But starts only at the best one. Right above Big Brother's head, that's going to be every single Lugnutz podcast in a playlist. And, of course, our main podcast does not end until we hear our main man, Connor, say,
Drive on Lugnutz.
until next time, drive on.
Drive on Lugnutz.